Hey everybody, David the AI Guide here. Welcome to the AI Guide where we're making AI human. What does that mean? That means we focus on the human impact of AI and the associated exponential technologies like robotics, self-driving, 3D printing that are all AI driven. Before we get in today's video, which you can see is on a great video from The Economist. Before we get into it, click those links below. Get my book on Amazon, The Beginner's Guide to AI, Short History of AI and Current Impact on 10 Different Industries. And the other link is free resources to help you prepare for an AI-dominated future. And you will have to use AI at work starting almost immediately as soon as Microsoft rolls its cobot out. So now is the time to prepare through these resources. So here we go. There's this great video on chatbots from The Economist, and we're going to check out some really cool stuff during this video that they have to say about chatbots, conversational AI, and generative AI. So here we go.
Silicon Valley is taking note. With Google's revenue from search ads in 2021 reaching around $150 billion, there's a lot at stake. Microsoft and Google are adding chat functions to their existing search engines. And further afield, China's Baidu has followed suit. Last year, venture capital investment in generative AI totaled over $1 billion.
So let's break that down quickly. First of all, there is a battle going on right now for taking away Google's market share in search, because Google has like 94% of the search market. It's just overwhelmingly dominant. Microsoft has stepped up with AI-enabled Bing Chat to take on Google, and Google responded with Bard. But Baidu, this is a global phenomenon. Baidu is working on it, and you can see they're putting $1 billion into this. So this is a very serious thing that's going on in the business world. So the next segment we're going to do is, this guy is the head of AI at Vimeo, which is the competitor to YouTube. And let's hear what he has to say.
Traditional AI doesn't do that.
If chatbots don't check facts, they can't be relied on for search.
A big problem with these AI chatbots is that they just sometimes get things wrong. What it's doing is just sort of reflecting back to us stuff that's already on the internet. It can sometimes combine different sources to produce claims that aren't actually true.
When this happens, it's known as a hallucination.
So these chatbots that are ChatGPT 3, 3.5, and now 4 were developed by scraping all text from the entire internet. Now there's a lot of issues around that, but one of the things that happens because of that, as they just explained, is that these chatbots sometimes give totally wrong answers. Okay, next segment. Okay, so you can see here that this was a New York Times reporter talking to the chatbot, and the chatbot's saying it loves him or her.
Your chatbot at some point could express its love for you if that's how you continue prompting it through longer term interaction.
So the woman who just said that is an AI professor at OSU and robotics professor, so she's on the very cutting edge of AI, and she should know what she's talking about, and what she said is self-evident. Okay, here we go for the next segment. This is going to blow your mind.
The Eliza effect can also be an opportunity.
So the Eliza effect is the chatbot acting like it's in love with you, and then people becoming attached to their chatbot. That's the ELIZA effect, is human beings attaching to an AI, which was documented as far back as 1966.
I used some of the AI models we built to recreate my friend to be able to continue to talk to him as an AI.
When Eugenia Koida recreated her best friend Roman as a chatbot, it was originally a personal project. But she soon realised it wasn't just her that could benefit from the companionship AI can offer.
We saw that maybe there is a demand and need for something that would be available to talk 24/7 about anything that's on your mind without being afraid of being judged.
Eugenia's company, Replica, offers paying customers an AI companion in the form of a chatbot within a humanoid avatar. It's a popular service, with over 2 million active users to date.
So that blew my mind. 2 million users of this service where people are talking to something that, according to what the other people said, doesn't really know what it's talking about. And you're going to see a different take on this in a minute, but very, very interesting. And I think I had mentioned Replica in a previous video a while ago. But here we go. Now this is really going to blow your mind.
Girlfriends.
I think in the next 10 years, someone will build something like her in a way, or Joy from Blade Runner.
Do you want to dance? Or do you want to open your present?
What present?
Every one of us will have this AI companion that's always there with us, that you can talk to about your personal things, but also do things together with, and watch Netflix in the evening and together and plan vacations and so on.
So obviously this is a seriously profound change in the world, right? Crazy stuff that I have mixed feelings about it, to put it mildly. Okay, now we're going to talk about how chatbots are going to permeate life.
Is important to us.
Customer service representatives don't always get respect when doing their job. But unlike humans, bots have infinite patience. Soon it might be more common to chat to a bot online than a human, and, increasingly, hard to tell the difference.
So, in my opinion, this is already happening, right? There are many, many examples that I've talked about of chatbots taking hair appointments, taking orders, all that stuff. This is already happening, and it's very, very real. And do you think that will have an impact on humans? Yes, it will have multiple impacts on humans, both in terms of job displacement, but also assuming that the answers are correct, convenience. It'll be a game changer. And we'll see a little more about that coming up. So here we go with the next segment.
Chatbots could become the new way of getting things done. Things like booking flights or finding a time where 3 or 4 people can have a meeting and then booking the meeting in your calendar. So chatbots could be a more convenient way of doing that.
When combined with a voice assistant, the result could be Siri on steroids, and it could change how we use the internet forever.
So this is super interesting, but I'm going to say it will change how human beings interface with computers. So many of my viewers have seen Star Trek, and there is never anyone, almost never, every once in a while they did show it on Next Gen, but there's basically no one ever typing into a computer. It's all voice driven. This, because of chatbots, this is coming this decade, where the interface to computer systems will change from typing and drawing and touchscreen and all that stuff into purely voice-driven commands. And that is a huge change. So now let's go to the next segment. So here we go with the next segment.
wrong a lot of the time, yet present what they're saying as truth. If enough people use them, this could allow falsehoods and misinformation to spread at a rapid rate.
So this is a serious problem, right? There's already a well-documented issue of falsehoods circulating on the internet, especially on social media, right? But if a chatbot is telling you something wrong and you don't question it, then that can spread like wildfire. And then I saw something different about deep fakes by a person of authority saying something they would never, ever, ever say, but it spreads like wildfire and everyone believes it. So let's go to the next segment, and we're getting closer to the end here. So now we're going to talk about the downsides of all this.
Falsehoods worrying people. The proliferation of chatbots could be detrimental to the internet in another way.
I think that society has the most to lose with the embrace of conversational AI.
This is the Vimeo
It's
guy.
going to reduce our ability to learn and research and have critical thought. If you can only chat with something and get a response back, then you're essentially doing away with the open web. You are doing away with actually having choices. To me, that leads to some form of dystopia.
So this is already a problem in education in general, and I think I've mentioned it on other videos where I've talked about how AI will totally transform education, which has already started, but it's at the very beginning, and it will. But what I was specifically talking about, what I'm talking about now is that education has lost its ability to teach kids critical thinking. I'm a little older than most of my audience, and this was a heavy focus of public education when I was going through the school system, was teaching kids to be able to spot stuff that isn't true versus what is true. And this was before all of this technology, of course. So now let's go to the next segment and last segment, just to recap this.
But the machines will be talking back.
The train has left the train station and is going at 150 miles per hour. You are not going to stop it.
So that is exactly why I started the AI Guide. It's exactly what I've been telling you from the beginning. Technologists don't care about the impact on humans and society of what they invent. They do not care about it. And this is a world-renowned expert in artificial intelligence saying that exact thing, in case you didn't believe me. So thanks so much for tuning in to this special episode. We'll try to do this again. Take care. Bye.